He told his dream to everyone. They stole it while he slept. Have you ever shared a big idea with someone you trusted? You told them everything. You were so excited. And then one day you saw it. Your idea, but in someone else's hands. Someone else's name on it. Someone else getting the applause. That sick feeling in your stomach. That heavy thing in your chest. That quiet voice asking, wait, that was mine. It wasn't bad luck. You gave it away. Not because you were stupid. It's not because they were evil. But because nobody told you that some dreams die the moment you speak them out loud. Stay with me until the end, because today I'm going to show you exactly why that happens and how to make sure it never happens to you again. There was a young man named Samuel. He lived in a small town where the market streets were always loud, always busy, always full of people buying and selling the same things the same old way. Samuel worked at his uncle's shop. He swept the floors, he counted the coins. He helped the customers. It was a simple life, but Samuel's eyes were never simple. They were always moving, always watching, always thinking. See, Samuel had a gift. He could look at a problem and find the fix before anyone else even saw the problem. A customer unhappy. Samuel knew why. A shelf not selling. Samuel already had an idea. His mind was always 3 steps ahead. At night, after the shop closed, he would sit by the small window in his room. Candle burning low, a K, and he would sketch. Plans, ideas, a new way to sell things. A better way. Something nobody in that town had ever tried before. He could see the whole thing in his head. Clear as morning, Samuel was bright. Samuel was ready. Samuel was full of something real, but Samuel had one problem. He loved to talk. He wanted everyone to like him. He wanted them to see what he could see, and that one thing. That one small flaw was about to cost him everything. One evening, Samuel went to a friend's small party. The room was warm. The people were laughing. And Samuel, being Samuel, was happy. He felt safe. He felt loved. So he did what he always did. He talked. He told them everything. The whole plan, every step, every idea, every secret piece he had been holding in his chest for months. His eyes were bright. His hands were moving. He was so proud, so sure. These were his people. They would understand. Everyone listened close. They nodded. They smiled. They asked questions, good questions, deep questions. But one person asked the most, his friend Marcus. Question after question. Every small detail, Samuel answered every single one. Happy that someone finally got it, he went home that night feeling full, feeling seen. Months passed. Samuel saved his money slowly, a little each week. He was almost ready to start, almost there. Then one morning, he walked past a new shop on the market street. He stopped, his chest got tight, his hands went cold. His stomach dropped all the way to the floor, because the shop in front of him was his idea, his plan, his every step. But the name above the door said Marcus Stud. Samuel stood there. He couldn't move. He couldn't breathe right, but he told himself, okay. Maybe it was just bad luck. Maybe it was just chance. So he started again, built a new idea, Tia. And this time, he was more careful, or so he thought. But he still talked. Tia still shared. And it happened again. Same pain, same cold hands, same sick stomach. He sat alone one night and said it out loud. Why does this keep happening to me? His voice broke on the last word. He felt stupid. He felt used. He felt broken in a place he couldn't point to. I can't trust anyone anymore, he said. And he meant it. Samuel sat alone by the old well at the edge of town, head in his hands, shoulders heavy like he was carrying something too big for one person. The sun was going down. The market was getting quiet. But Samuel didn't notice any of it. Then he heard slow footsteps. An old woman came to the well to get her water. She moved slow, but steady, like someone who had lived long enough to stop rushing. She looked at him, really looked, the way old people do when they actually see you. "Why do you sit like a man who lost everything?" she asked. Her voice was soft, not nosy, just kind. Samuel looked up, and maybe because he was so tired. Maybe because she felt safe, he told her. All of it, the ideas, Marcus, the second time, the shame, the anger. All of it, she didn't rush him. She didn't judge him. She just listened with her whole face. When he finished, she was quiet for a moment. Then she said, "Come, I want to show you something." They walked together behind the market, to a small garden she kept there, green and quiet and hidden from the street. What she showed him next changed everything. The old woman's garden had two parts, side by side. She walked him to the first part. There was a small wooden table sitting there, and on that table she had placed something gold coins, just sitting there, open, in the air. Anybody could see them. She turned to Samuel. "If you left gold here overnight," she said, "what would happen?" Samuel almost smiled. "Someone would take it." She nodded slow. Then she walked him to the second part of the garden, just dirt, plain and quiet. But coming up from that dirt were small green plants, thin and new, but alive, growing, jawed. She kneeled down and pressed her hand into the soil. "My best seeds are under here," she said. "Safe, growing, nobody can take what they cannot see." Samuel looked at the coins, then at the dirt, then back at the coins. She stood up and looked at him straight. "Gold on the table gets stolen. Seeds in the ground grow roots. Your dreams are seeds, Samuel, not show pieces." Something moved in his chest. "Every time you told your plan to the room," she said, "you put your gold on the table. You invited hands to take it. But if you had stayed quiet and worked, those seeds would have grown roots too deep for anyone to pull up." Samuel felt it land. Really land deep in his stomach, in his bones. "I was showing my gold to thieves," he said. His voice was barely a sound. "Yes," she said simply. No anger. No blame. Then she looked at him one last time, warm, steady, like she had always known he would get here. "Let them see the tree," she said, "not the seed." Samuel's eyes got wet. But for the first time in a long time, something in him felt light, felt warm, felt like maybe, just maybe, it wasn't too late. Samuel walked home that night different. Something had shifted inside him. His back was straighter. His steps were slower, more sure, like a man who finally understood something important. That night, a new idea came to him, clear and full and real. He picked up his book and wrote it all down, every step, every detail, every secret piece. Then he closed the book, and he told no one. The next day, his friends asked what he was thinking about. He smiled. "Just working," he said. That was all. They pushed a little. They joked. They asked again. He just smiled and kept moving. The quiet felt strange at first, like holding something heavy. But he held it. One evening, he got so excited about how things were going. His chest was full. He wanted to burst. He almost grabbed his cousin by the arm and told him everything. The words were right there in his throat. He stopped, took a breath, opened his book instead, wrote it down, closed it again. That became his way. Days passed, then weeks. He woke up early, before the market got loud. He stayed up late after everyone went to sleep. Small steps every day. No noise, no announcements, no big talk. Just work. Just quiet, steady, real work. He found a small, empty space near the market. He paid for it, little by little. He set it up slow and careful. He built everything the way he had always seen it in his head. Exactly right. No shortcuts. Months passed, and the seed grew. He had customers lined up before the doors even opened. People who had heard small whispers. People who had seen him working and got curious. Everything was in place. Everything was ready. Then, opening day came. People stopped walking when they saw it. They looked at each other. "Where did this come from?" they said. "When did this happen?" Nobody had seen it coming, because he had not let them see it coming. Marcus walked by. He stopped. His mouth opened a little. He looked at the shop, then at Samuel. Samuel met his eyes. No anger, no big words. Just a small, quiet smile. Because by the time they saw the tree, the roots were already deep, too deep to pull up, too strong to take. People started to look at Samuel differently. They didn't see a loud, excited young man anymore. They saw someone with quiet power. Someone who knew things. Someone you couldn't read before he was ready to be read. He didn't need them to clap before. He was done. He had learned to clap for himself in the dark. And sometimes, walking past the old well, he would think of the old woman, her steady steps, her quiet garden. Her seeds under the dirt, he would smile. And keep walking. Now think about your own life for a second. How many ideas have you given away? How many plans did you share before you even took the first step? You were excited. You wanted someone to see it. You wanted someone to say, "Yes, that's good. I understand that. I really do." But who did you tell, and what happened after? Are you putting gold on the table right now? Is there a dream sitting in your chest that you keep sharing with people who are building with you? Your dreams need quiet time to grow roots. They need darkness before they need light. They need work before they need words. You can start protecting them today, not tomorrow. Today, close the book, smile when they ask, and just keep working. Here is all I want you to do tonight. Just 3 small things. First, write your biggest dream on paper, not in your phone. Real paper, real pen. Let your hand feel it. Second, put that paper somewhere only you can see. A drawer, under your bed. Somewhere safe and quiet. Third, tomorrow morning, work on just one small part of it. One small step. And tell no one. That is it. Nothing big. Nothing hard. Let your hands build what your mouth wants to share. Let the work speak before you do. Do this for 30 days. Just 30 days of quiet work, and you will have something real in your hands. Not just talk. Not just a dream you gave away. Something real that you built. Something yours. Just paper, pen, and silence. You already have everything you need. Some dreams die not because they were small, but because we loved talking about them more than building them. You know what you have inside you. You have always known. That's that thing in your chest that won't go quiet. That idea that keeps coming back. It is real. It is yours. Let your work make the noise. Let your mouth stay still. Protect it. Grow it. Then one day, when it is strong and tall and rooted deep, open the door and let the whole world see. Not the seed. The tree. If this helped you see things a little different today, leave a like. It helps more than you know. And if you have someone in your life who keeps giving their dreams away, share this with them. They need to hear it. Subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. We have more roads to walk together. Take care of your dreams. I'll see you next time.